Why do you take it so seriously? No, I'm kidding. Because why? God, it's No, you're not. Just playing. I'm evil. You're projecting, see?
We were both a little bit evil, so we don't seem that evil to each other.
Hmm? Oh my goodness. Is that a birthmark or a place you put sunscreen?
Birthmark.
It's amazing. You see what happens? In the sun, it goes darker. That's cute. Oh no, it doesn't go darker. It's always there, and this went darker. Ah. I have 3 days of frustration. I wanted to stir you up inside. Oh, what's that smirk about?
Don't give me any trouble.
What? Give you any trouble? I'm not going to give you any trouble. I don't even want to have discord with you at all.
These things are going to happen sometimes.
All the time. Like the oboe and the violin. Two instruments which sound really beautiful and also can harmonize together really well, but they can also very easily sound out of discord. Out of chord. Discord.
Out of tune.
In discord. That's out of chord. Oh! So, game plan?
I don't know. What is your game plan?
I don't have one until I know yours.
I suppose I'm kind of hungry.
This is not related to food. This is, when do you want to put Christmas lights on this before the beans go?
You can't put anything up here that can be seen from the street.
They won't be seen from the street. It would be, see the bar right where this loop-de-loop is?
I'm concerned, actually, because when we drove down the street today with Brendan, you can see a part of the trellis from the street.
Part of which trellis?
The one that's on the far side of the chimney from it.
Oh,
See it.
okay. Yeah.
I wonder, I really am worried about it.
Like when you're coming down this street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to end up seeing that beanstalk there.
So I'm kind of wondering about that, because what if Nina was driving down the street and she looks up and sees the trellis with the beans spread on it? It would be a bad situation.
Is it a bad situation? How bad?
Bad enough that you could be like, take all that shit down right now. What are you doing?
So what should I do? Because now's the time to do it. Because right now the beans aren't growing up that direction. They can put them this side, grow up this direction, and go this direction.
Okay.
They can also be put this side going this way. You know what I'm saying? So they're right here.
I think whatever it takes to take that trellis off of the far sandwich.
Okay.
It's not a big crisis or anything.
Oh, the trellis too, the white part? You want? Oh, I don't think that looks bad at all.
I'm not saying that it looks bad. What I'm saying is that it's visible from the street.
Oh.
And it could be problematic, and I don't want to have a problem.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I know
that's strapped on there pretty damn good.
I know it is. That's why I'm a little concerned about it.
Hmm? What?
Can the wires be lowered and the trellis be cut so that it's like half the size? Or not?
I'll give it on, you know. I think you're all being overly cautious. You should show her this in photos. You say, look, man, I've taken the liberty to do this, and I'm very cautious and very...
It might be absolutely fine with it, but it really might not be, because it's a liability that she doesn't want to deal with. All right? That's a realistic concern of the homeowner.
Right. And you could approach it like that, like, you know, I'm just putting some vegetables up there and sunning no more than I would have anyway. But I want you to know, so it's not a surprise. No? Not your plan? Yeah, honesty is the
It's too much of a surprise already because there's so much stuff up there.
Well, she's not the kind. Is she that spry? Would she come up here? And, look at it if
She
you invited
wouldn't
her?
barge up here
No,
herself.
if you invited her, would she come up here?
Oh, she's perfectly capable of coming up. Yeah, she's not like,
She's 70 or 60 or 50 or 40?
she's like 65, I think. She's in good shape.
Very good, very good. Very good, very good.
What do you feel like eating?
Simmered Cora.
Oh, animal.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat you up. Pork lion. Rump roast. There's Brussels sprouts, beans, and pea soup. I didn't go down and turn the water off. So that's full now. Closest plug is actually on that side at that corner window, dropping down from the roof into that living room, kind of on the base where that extension cord thing is now. That brings electricity right there, where you could run Christmas lights all around the perimeter up here, like not on the outside, on the inside, about 5 feet in, all on the ground. You could, or you could just run an extension cord over to here and just put lights here, or no lights whatsoever. That's just silly, crazy talk. What? But that's more like a second year kind of deal. Something to do if you are here next year, up here, you know? And you have like an early spring with like plenty of reason to get up here, and like those nights that are so awesome to hang out all night on the roof. Not that this night wouldn't be awesome to do that, huh? But imagine when the boom springs are up high, or if they already were. What am I? What? Is that right? When you parts per million, us. The parts per million, us. Corazon. One option could, the one option could have me making you something.
Oh.
There's plenty of stuff for frittata. A shard frittata could be made. There's like a little omelet kind of quiche thing without the crust. There's pasta, you say? You always like that. Did you say get some to bring back here, or to go get it down there?
Either one.
Why don't we go down to the Gwyn and sit in at the Gwyn? What day is it? Weeknight? Maybe it's a Saturday night? Yeah,
I don't mind, but sometimes there's a wait, you know? Could be a wait. But maybe not. There's fewer students around them.
Sorry I treated me. I don't try to.
It's okay. I would do the same thing if I invited somebody into my studio.
No, but I want you to be. This is your deal too. I'm not doing it right. I'm trying.
You're doing great. Just let me be of service.
Tomorrow morning there's all kinds of raking.
Okay.
To make soil. And they're filling up the bucket. The thing with the compost to move over there.
Yeah, that I could do.
And there's the Brussels sprouts will be transplanted.
You do that.
Okay. I'm inclined to leave that chard alone in that pot. The one the one over there. I'm inclined to leave that in the pot, even though it's kind of smallish, just to kind of illustrate to people what that clay pots do versus the metal versus the earth box. Then you can see all of them right there. The one that should grow the best. What? The one that I'm trying to grow the best is this one in that pot there with the onions, that part over there. It's like by itself. I make sure that the basin on the bottom is full of water all the time. So there's always water going up, just like that other box. There's no competition.
Oh, I see.
So I'm hoping that becomes like an example chard in an 8-inch pot. That looks like the best in the plant. Nice. And these other ones are going to look really pretty. They're kind of stunted, but they look nice.
I think it's absolutely beautiful.
So that 96 thing, it's 7 wide, right? There's the seed thing. There's a seed thing downstairs in the kitchen. Right, it's 7 wide and it's like 10 or 15 long, right? So each one of those are going to coincide to a day of the week, right? And there's going to be some that are like not to be planted in because there's like barren days. So I'm going to mark that. I'm going to make that thing into a gardening calendar. And we plant seeds in it. Like an advent calendar, and put a seed in it instead.
Okay. Well, just show me how to use it.
Yeah, you figure it out. The plan. But like whatever we put in the ground there, we're also starting somewhere else. Like that's just a calendar. Yeah. Why? You said that you're so happy.
Oh,
Oh, you seem to make me so happy. I don't know what I can do at 3 minutes.
okay.
I am.
Laying on my roof on a silken carpet eating basil that was grown here by you. That makes me deliriously happy. It's summer night. It's nice fresh air. Up here. Yeah, I'm so happy. Look at you.
Look at you. You gotta say with Chinatown and have something not sweet.
You want to eat Chinese food?
I'm just throwing things out here. I'm impressed with the impressed with the inexpensiveness of Chinatown.
Yes. Taiwan Cafe is so good. Ramadan is going to start soon.
Means people are going to be eating at night? I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? What's
I
that
just
mean?
remembered it.
Oh.
Because I thought I heard the call to prayer. And then I remembered Ramadan. It's going to be very difficult to teach my Muslim students.
Because they're not going to have attention? How do you figure?
Because I've been teaching for long enough that I recognize the pattern of Ramadan.
Right.
The first week,
But
everyone's like, yes, it's Ramadan. This is awesome. I'm doing good, teacher. I'm cool. I'm on the schedule. Everything's cool.
Yeah, but then they don't get up in the morning.
They don't get up for their like pre-sunrise meal. They're
Breakfast,
like,
yeah.
I'm too drowsy,
Yeah.
so they just stay in bed.
Yeah.
Everybody else eats, or they do eat like friggin' camels, and then they sleep all day because they can't wake up. So they come to class at like 11, and they're like, I'm sorry, teacher, I woke up at like 5 o'clock to have Ramadan. I'm like, I know, just sit down. So both of those things were problematic, but the worst one is the guy that doesn't get up to eat at all. Then he comes to school and he's like, a fucking zombie. Plus you have like 99% of those guys smoke like crazy. During Ramadan, they can't smoke weed or cigarettes. So you get a bunch of people withdrawing from nicotine in class that haven't eaten and haven't even brushed their teeth because they're not allowed to put water or toothpaste in their mouths.
Oh.
So you're like, you smell bad, you look like shit,
and
you're a
you're irate.
useless pile of like biomass in my classroom. Why don't you sit in the back and fucking take a nap? They're like, no, teacher, I'm fine. My God gives me strength. I don't need food. I'm like,
Your God
my
is
God told me to
amazing.
eat breakfast today, and that's why I'm doing better than you, even though I'm like 3 times older than you. I don't know what to do.
My God says, eat, mange.
And so that's what happens. That's 30 days of this nonsense.
No, it's not 30
40
days.
days.
40.
Oh, it's terribly crazy. It's crazy. But that's cool. I support them entirely.
Don't water these so much anymore.
I don't water them at all.
Really?
I never water them.
I'm overwatering them. You never water these?
I never do because they always seem to be too wet.
I'm overwatering them.
Well, the other thing is that succulent over there in that pond, you can't
Yes.
water that so much.
I know.
Once a week.
Yeah, I didn't water it. Today I
Every
did.
time I go up there, it seems like it was just water.
Probably good water.
Well, really, you have to stop because it's supposed to be a lot bigger than that now, but it's too wet.
I'm not going to touch it anymore at all. That one's off limits plant for me.
Good. The
That's
plant
all
is a
really-
lot of, like, my ego is all wrapped up in it. If it dies,
I know. I'm not going to touch it. But if it doesn't grow under your tubes, what are we going to do?
So that's my problem. It's my bad. It died and it didn't succeed. It didn't
Keep down the tips. What?
I said, oh my goodness.
worthy. You should have lost me like a princess. I'm in charge of control. I'm not out of control. I just want you to know that I want you to feel control. Out of control, weak, what else did you say? Oh, not getting time for yourself.
Here comes this silence. Hello there. Looking out across Boston's sunset from the roof of the house in Mission Hill. What are you doing? From the rooftop of a house in Mission Hill, I'm looking out over Boston and the sunset, and the Prudential Building, etc. And you? Up at a pool? And the girly cues? They're in the pool. Cool. You're caught up with me on that one. Yeah, the judge threw out the restraining order. The cops were mistaken for delivering it in the first place. It hadn't been signed by a judge. The report on when they called the cops looks like it looked from a negligence and a civil procedure point of view. It looks like the police department has some concern. I think if I was a lawyer hired by the police department to look for liability, that one has liability written all over it. It says in the report that Mrs. Colson expressed feeling threatened by her husband, right? It expresses that in the report. It's there. The burden for assault is written in the report. They're called there for assault, right? They did not respond to that call correctly, and they were biased by the first thing, which was a mistake. And I would go after Braintree for civil. I'd say you didn't handle this correctly. You're lucky that he is a 70-something-year-old, not a 20-something-year-old drunk. No. They don't know what they're doing. They're really the worst police I've ever seen in my life. Well, yeah, but that's to be expected. Yeah, that's to be expected how he was going to react, but yeah, no, really, it's really insane. And you know what? The way that he called you, and the way that he called the primary care physician is a little bit crazy too, and scary too. Because I mean, how much? Well, whatever. How did he tell you about this concern about her brain? How did he tell you? Did he sound legitimately concerned, or flippantly, like as if it's defending something after the fact? Not legitimately concerned for the fact that she might have a brain tumor. More like she might have a brain tumor, and that makes everything I'm doing okay. All right. Because that's what I'm flipping pissed off about. If he thinks that she has something organic wrong with her, then why the fuck are you treating her like crap? And why the hell are you talking to me about what we're going to do seriously about the fact that she might have a brain tumor? Why isn't finding a doctor that says they'll get an MRI first priority? And how it just seems after the fact and as a defense, and it's not the case. I mean, I'm sitting there with my mom and Ellen, and they're both 70-year-olds. That's what 70-year-olds act like. Well, that's what scares me is that like there's all this lying going on, and that's real dangerous because all you need is like 10% of the lies get believed in, and that's, you know what I'm saying? He can go right now and get a justice of the peace to issue that thing that lets them commit someone for evaluation, and you can find someone to evaluate someone any way you want. No, I know. But that's what I'm saying, we need to mount a defense on that stuff right away. Because I don't want to see her spending 72 hours in evaluation somewhere.
He's the one that's going to end up looking crazy, not her.
No, I know that.
He's going to look like a freak.
I know, but I want to make sure that it's just not her. I don't care if it's him or not. That's not what I'm just concerned about her end up being in evaluation for 72 hours and sounding like she's off the rocker, and she's not. She's having trouble dealing with some heavy emotions in the face of lies and in the face of just something wrong. And so I don't want that to be misconstrued for actual something, and then for her own safety, for her to be anyway held up. Because that's crazy. She's trying to get me to paint something for her. She wants me to paint something on the front of the house. Like the front thing has gone unpainted for a long time. And she wants to pay me to paint it. And I'm like, no, Mom, you can't pay me to paint that. But you can buy the paint, and we can all paint it with the girls, or me and you can paint it as a we're doing this, but it's not going to be a job for me. Like, that doesn't work. Like, she doesn't understand. Like, she's everything she wants to do feels combative. I mean, she can get the front thing done. It hasn't been done in 20 years, sure. She can get that done. But paying me to do it is kind of like the wrong tact. Yeah. And you're going to bring it? You're going to bring some peace with you? Hey, so, she has an idea that I like, you may or may not like. She wants me and her to go in, or we want to go in on the subway and wait for you guys at the train, and then we wait for you guys at the plane, and then come back in on the subway. Because the car's a bad situation, and the Logan Express is like a $60 situation. So, what do you feel about that? Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to meet you on the subway then. Cool. That's the plan. Well, yeah, we'll figure that one out. But I can't wait to see Bella and me. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, well, let me run. Where, Ellen? In Milton? Oh, no. No, Cora asked me what time it was. 9 o'clock. What time is it now there? It's 8 o'clock? Yeah. 8 something? It is going to fly by. And Kathleen has a lot of drama this week, so give her a call. She has a lot of drama this week. She has the primary care physician deal and the divorce attorney thing. Yeah. She has to. She has to. What?